Psalm 89:1 says, "With my mouth I will make known to all generations the faithfulness of our God." I love that psalm. It gives purpose, it gives encouragement, instruction, and yeah, trying to honor that. The mouth is a very critical tool in trying to keep order in our world. It both blesses, it instructs, and with our mouth, we are reminded of the history of where we've come, where we've been, uh, with hopeful projections of where we're going. But there's also the hands, and those hands are useful for laying hands on you for prayer and laying hands on you for correction. Last week we saw the Baltimore mom laying those hands of correction on her boy. But it didn't start with the hands of correction. I am confident that it started with the mouth. It started with her speaking words. It started with her putting him in spaces where he could also hear words. The preacher has something to say. The teachers have had something to say. Um, but Big Man was not responding. And so he got them hands of correction. I'm with that. There's a responsibility with your mouth. There's a responsibility with your hands. And unfortunately, when we enable our children to think that somehow they get to write their own ticket, we're not doing them any favors. One of the saddest stories I have ever, um, one of the saddest stories I've ever heard. I was in a library in Indianapolis, it was downtown, and there was a brother who was posted up. He ran a nonprofit, and he was looking for, he was hiring. I mean, he had money and needed some help, and folks were believing in his vision. And yeah, it was a mentoring organization. So one of the little boys that was a part of his organization brought his father, and his father had just gotten out of jail and was looking for employment. And so I listened to the father basically say how, he believes in that mission, what the guy is doing, and that he wanted to be a part of that. And he felt like his story and the experiences that, he had overcome would be a really good part of, this brother's mission. Unfortunately, this brother was a part of I guess the federal laws or something, the way they've been approved or voted for, um, said that someone who had a felony background could not work in this industry. So yes, that guy, the dad, would have been an awesome employee, and he needed that employment. And I'm sure that his son would have been very, very proud to have his dad help to mentor on the payroll these other young brothers who needed to hear that story. But the laws were written so that this man couldn't do that. I only say that because I wonder what he could have done differently, what he should have done differently, so that he would have been prepared for that opportunity when it had come. And he comes out of the system, finding that folks who never went into the system are the ones designing laws or writing and approving and voting for laws that get to decide and dictate his future. So, yeah, I am with the mouth, instructing, correcting, encouraging, reminding, giving us hope, reason to look back, or even just sharing our open, our stories like, okay, look, please don't do this the way I've done it. I'm also a fan of these hands, laying hands of correction, but also laying hands for prayer. And, look, just figure out what you're going to do with your mouth and what you're going to do with your hands. And hopefully it's not just sitting around anonymously typing your comments. Join the fray, get into the chaos, and become an active part of trying to get it corrected.